Hey everyone, Blackbeard here. So, I wanted to do a follow up on the Daniel holtzclaw case. Uh, I've been thinking about it more here lately, and I've been trying to get opinions from people in my life who I think are a little more rational than me. To me, I'm a defense attorney at heart. That was what I always wanted to do. That was my reason for going to college. I never actually made it to law school because I decided to go into business instead because I really liked it and I wanted to go ahead and get a job with my undergrad. Um, Tonight, I played the documentary. I think it's a 2020 documentary. It's called What the Dash Cam Never Saw. And I played it for my wife. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it. And I'm watching how biased this this documentary is. And when she watched it and she looked at me and said, "Yeah, he definitely did that." And I thought to myself, I mean, they left out very key pieces of evidence, the same way that the trial did. A couple of examples would be, they, I don't know, one of the accusers was actually recorded during interrogation using the words, and I'm paraphrasing here by saying, "This is good evidence, right? Even if it's not true, this is going to help." And the investigator said yes. That is just, I mean, that is beyond belief that something like that could happen. The other part is they talk about the DNA evidence, and the documentary talked about how it was vaginal DNA. From what I understand, and I'm not a DNA expert by any means, but vaginal there's not like a separate vaginal DNA. There's DNA. DNA can come from saliva, it can come from blood, it can come from skin cells. And talk about how it was in the inside of his pants. It was not on the inside of his pants. He was wearing like his pants that had the flap that covered the zipper. I mean, it's inside of that. That's not inside your pants. You do not need to take off your pants to access that part of your pants. Men adjust themselves, they touch that area of their body a dozen times a day. So, I mean, and they left that out. And, I remember reading about the trial and how they left all that stuff out. So, time is starting to pass since this trial, and, his appeal is kind of stalled out. And there was an uproar a while back about, did he do this or did he not? People were questioning it, and that was good, but it's starting to fade away a little bit. This can't fade away because he is still in prison. Now, I'm not saying he does or does not deserve to be there, but nothing has changed, in my opinion, that he deserves a retrial because that trial was biased as hell. And it wasn't a fair trial with the protests going on outside, the threats made to the jury, the threats of a riot in Oklahoma City if this guy wasn't put away. This is not what our justice system is all about. They interview one of the jurors, and this jackass was talking about how, when they first went into deliberations, a lot of the jurors were saying, "There's not enough here. We need to let this guy go." But somehow, over the course of several days of deliberations, the jurors on the guilty side said the defense didn't do enough to prove his innocence. That is bullshit. First of all, that may be true, but that is not what the jury should have been deliberating. You do not need to prove innocence. You need to prove guilt. And a bunch of freaking idiots with single digit IQs walk into those jury rooms and think that they need to prove it. They need to prove innocence. People go in there with a guilty state of mind saying if he's here, he's guilty, and they need to prove otherwise. That is wrong. This guy basically admitted that that is what he did, and that is a major breach of justice. We can't let this go away. We cannot stop talking about this. We can't stop questioning this. We as the public, we are responsible for putting him there, and we need to make damn sure that he deserves to be there. So, anyways, this is just a quick follow up. I watched that, and I'm sitting here watching this and watching my wife watch this documentary thinking she's getting the same biased bullshit that everybody was fed full of. And it was not a fair trial because of that. The jury was fed lies or misleading information, which might as well have been a damn lie. We can't let this go. So I hope people watch this, and I hope people please continue to question this. It's really important. This guy is sitting in prison, and if he didn't do it, he is being tortured beyond belief. He sits in a cage. He is a cop being accused of assault of black women. He has a fate worse than death sitting in jail because he cannot go with the rest of the population. They will destroy him. So he, being convicted on his 29th birthday, will spend the rest of his life in solitary confinement, which in my opinion is already a direct violation of the 8th Amendment. But that's a topic for another video. But anyways, we need to make sure they got this right. I don't necessarily believe 100% they got this right. And because the punishment is so damn bad, we need to keep asking questions. So I encourage you, please go out there and ask questions. Look into this. We can't let this just get swept under the rug, because I feel like it is now. This is too damn important. Anyways, Blackbeard here. Man, I'm feeling it tonight. Just watching that, it got me real fired up on this, and I pray that they continue to look into this. I pray that his appeal goes through. I'm not saying set him free. I'm saying give him another trial. Let's do it right, and let's figure out what the hell happened. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, it's Saturday night. I hope you all are out there having some fun. You'll be hearing from me soon again. See ya.